Well, it's been quite a scenario that's been taking a turn as of late. And again, I'm not in my usual, charming expression and confidence. No, that went away on the previous episode, at least for now, because the Black Death was here in Samarkand and other parts of the Turani Empire. Although isolated spots of the Black Death are still around, but the vast majority of them are in the Middle East now, and into Africa, and now it's Europe that gets their turn, including the newly formed Empire of Britannia. The British Empire is going to get the worst of it. It's about as badly as the Byzantium and the Umayyad Sultanate. Or is it Empire at this point? Empire. As well as our massive enemy, but then again, the large portion of the East is controlled by the Sultan. That's the real power broker. He's the one that gives most of the troops to this beleaguered Arabian Empire, the Najibid Empire. And yes, we are at war with them, but it seems fortunes have been with us. Despite the plague, I think our war to take Persia might go in our favor. Because not only they're doing bad economically, matter of fact, they're about as doing bad economically as we are, but we can manage. So now he's got two hosts that wants the Empire. The Mohammed, this one's got 9,000, and the other, same family, but 8,000. Combined, that's nearly equal to strength. But however, he's craven should he ever lead the front line. Him and his bad tendencies and that decadence he hasn't become decadent yet based on the life he's living in. After all, he's temperate. Surprised he hasn't joined a Sufi school if he wants to be a better man. Now for us Sogdians, well, yes, the plague was here, but it's eventually leaving with some isolated spots still around. And parts of the Turan Empire suffered a lot of depopulation, but it's Samarkand that suffered minor depopulation, thanks to having a hospital, which we had prepared for some time, in which we were wondering, and I'm sure you people wondered in the previous episode, why hasn't there been a single epidemic in Sogdiana territory? We're saying Sogdiana proper. But why hasn't there been a single disease up here compared to all the other areas? I did some reading, as much as I like doing research on certain things. It's due to because we don't live in coastal counties. Counties that are living in the coast, especially in trade posts, like you get from merchant republics in the Mediterranean, and high population densities, like Constantinople or Baghdad, or even to a lesser extent Cholamandalam, referring to the previous series, they are more prone to get disease. Up here, we are a landlocked country. Well, we were until we went to Baluchistan. Yeah, we are largely a landlocked country with steppes and less population nowadays. And even if we were to build more holdings in Kiva County, for example, yeah, that'll be good for the economy, but it could become prone to disease in the future. So this epidemic was our very first epidemic. But it's starting to leave now. But remember, this war started 5 years ago. The plague was an intermission. Now the conflict begins again. I'm 37 years old. I still got a good couple of years in me, and the martial skill and the talent isn't going to be wasted on. That also means all these lackluster commanders we brought, well, we need to bring more talented ones back. If they're still alive. Like my husband. And I know you got the Great Pox, but you're good too. No. Leave him. He's an aspiring duelist. I'm sure he'll pick up good traits one day. I took a bit of a drink. Oh, by the way, on that previous episode, the reason why I almost had basically an emotional breakdown, almost, because of the series of events with the war, the plague, and I got passionate why, during the plague, why I decided not to sign the white peace offer. Well, I signed it and to get him to sign, to accept a peace treaty, if you will. But I decided not to. As you look at the lose prestige and lose piety, it would be in the negatives. I mean, if Vienna was a bit more dogmatic about the Zoroastrian faith of hers, as she's trying to get that moral authority back up, she would say, if I were to surrender, and if I were to sign a peace agreement, those vassals of mine would accuse me of high treason. That not only I would betray my people, but also I betray the beliefs that were set by Ahura Mazda and the prophet Zoroaster. I would have failed them, but we cannot fail them now. I am of the Kayanian. I am the last of the Shield Maidens. Well, two are still with me, but actually, you are graduated, but you're still there. And you're a Shield Maiden. But you're a good fighter. Hey, come back home. And I know you're still around, but you're not as skilled, but at least you have nephews, whereas all I have is daughters, and I wish I would have a son, so that the vassals can look at me more positively that I have a male heir once more. And that male heir, whenever he begins his rule, he must have children. Lots of it. But that's wishful thinking. It could be a daughter again, if I ever get pregnant. Oh, and by the way, during that plague, yes, my bastard daughter and this daughter were both affected by the plague, but they have since recovered. It seems Ahura Mazda truly blessed my dynasty. What? We got a war to win. And we gotta get our troops together, and by the time we assemble, the plague will be leaving by then. And that also means, well, Arabia's got two problems to take care of. It's like, yes, they're defending this piece of territory, but is he willing to risk losing his dynasty for a dynasty which is just as decadent as they are? Well, half decadent. And there's a couple of arrests I could be making, but I cannot. Until we achieve conquering Persia, we will not declare any more wars and begin the period of peace. And it's going to be for a long term. So, we are coming. We're coming again. Kabulian Holy War against the Buddhists. Oh, he's got the plague too, but no treatment. He could die and his war would be cancelled, but I get to inherit the magnificent painting and another one of his books, the famous 1001 Nights, an intrigue book. Yeah. Yeah, all that land that he personally controls will go to me. And then I'm gonna have to, well, split them up. Kotal and Kabulistan. Don't make me inherit his war. Otherwise I would send my horse archers to do that for me. And one more thing before we get the troops back up. As good as the commanders we have, but surely there's got to be someone better in the realm. And we're searching in Rome. anyone highly skilled. Well, someone who's not a ruler, as in not landed. Of course, a couple of military tutors. Nana is still around. Wish we have a holy warrior. Holy warrior, that's an idea. Not a shield maiden. Otherwise would have had that trait and I would let her in. Again, most of these people are in seclusion because of the plague. I think I got an idea. Remember that time how we brought that Tokharian prince and later made him... oh yeah, he doesn't exist anymore. He's been long dead. 10 years ago, nearly 10 years ago. After that, 61. Good run. Not my religion group. But, has to be in contact and is an able-bodied man. Because I have an idea. If there's any holy warriors from India in particular. Yes, from India, because they have the Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist holy orders, and I kind of want to buy them a favor and get them to court and serve them as a commander. If there are any experienced holy warriors around. And not ill. Ah, here's one. Battlefield Terrain Master, Holy Warrior, Sumenoscope Pagan. Listen, I know we can't get you in because you say false religion, but... And based on that bear pelt, that means you are the hero over there. And in good health. He's born strong, you know. He's strong and ugly, but he knows the way. Because this is what we need to defeat the Muslims easier. Because courage and talent alone cannot defeat them, especially in this beleaguered army. We need holy warriors that can really do the damage. And this pagan holy warrior and hero may do the job. Again, we got lots of money, so I need at least 3, so we got 1. A Hindu warrior is a martial and a military tutor, follower of Arjuna. But he's got a lot of favors he owes to. Ah, I think those are council members, because he wouldn't have that many. Has a favor from Raja of the Pandya Raj, so that means... Yeah, there's something going on down in Tamil territory. I'll keep searching. Any more holy warriors that isn't a Sunni Muslim. Because we're against Sunnis here. A Jain siege authority, a Jain Bulgar. Huh. But he's way too old. That's a good one. Hindu holy warrior. Member of follower of Arjuna, right? Lives for the sword in. He's very pious for a sannyasi. Hindu monk, if you will. No? Okay. I guess that'll be another one for a price. So, how about it? That's 2 now. Give me 1 more. 1 more holy warrior. Or at least a mountain expert. Flanker, holy warrior. Not a member of any society, but he's from Osterbunten. So that's obviously in Scandinavia. Okay, that's another price. Let's see if we can fetch him. If this doesn't work well, then I guess that's the best that we can afford. Well, hell, we shouldn't have gotten that man. a berserker. Which, of course, it does have its pros and cons when you have a berserker leading a flank. Strong, attractive, or mountain guardians, see? I think I have an idea in the future, but that's for future conflicts relating to Persian territories, since it's mainly mountains. Like, we should have joined that warrior lodge that belongs to the Bun faith, because they all live in Tibet. But we are not in any contact with Catholic nations. Otherwise we would have picked up their holy warriors as well. Well, actually there's one, but that's Marshal of the Papal Guards. Actually, you should have typed holy, so you know how many are there exactly. It's 1, 2, the ones we're bringing, including one who's heavy infantry. Alright, got what we wanted. Let's see if we can use these favors while we get the army together. Even though the domain size is just painful. Hey, watch. Get out here. If you don't get out here at this second, like say, when these guys are invited back here, I'm going to replace you. Maybe him. Because he's active and I want replacements, if we can get them over here. He's not out now. Again, it's going to take everybody to get back to Samarkand, as these guys will be taking their holdings back. But by the time everybody comes here, the plague will be gone by then. Just as I feared. I was about to say, did we also inherit some of that technology points that he died with, and his knowledge of the region goes to me? Well, I don't see why not. Up the siege equipment a bit more, since we're on the offensive these days. Thinking more towards construction. Since we're going to be in peacetime, we're going to be building a lot of things. I think these herbads like me enough. Just wait until these guys come here, and I'll know what to do with the replacement that'll... Oh yeah, you're going through disease territory of... Where the hell are you? What rally point did I... It said the Samarkand, but why are you going... Don't get too stressed about it. Plus, these prisoners. And, yeah, we need a new court physician because ours keep dying off. Surely we have someone better. Ah, yes, the wisdom. A man who knows a lot of things. Must not have council position. Damn, should have known. Also, we got a challenger with negative combat skill. Whatever adds up more to my glory. He's a commander. Can we get you in here? Yes. Okay. Reminder. Look for commanders that are not marshals. He could be a commander and a military tutor, but not marshals. So, we got a Norseman in here. Bringing my sister back home. Which, he should be matrilineally married. I'm thinking Norseman? I don't know. Because faith differences. I don't think they'll get along. Or have a non-aggression pact with, wait a minute, Orthodox. Well, the Cognate's Manichaean, but somehow there's orthodoxy inside. Calls me Viking Empress. The Viking part is due to the shield maiden trait. He's not a member of the council. He's old, but we need him. Yeah. Who would have thought that there would be a Brahmin holy warrior? In which he's just a warrior sannyasi. Very pious. But he's more than willing to, you know, fight to be ready to die, because he's got that live for the sword. And if you recall from the previous series, only Hindu Kshatriyas become commanders. But when he has traits like these, that bypasses it. Okay, go back to the Holy Warrior thing. Holy War. We are. Okay. That is... well, that is not a ruler, as in not landed. And have contact with them. So we can't get this guy, we do have him. He's a Chancellor. He's a Commander. Pay attention to the traits. We can invite him to the court if he were willing to pay. There are not that many holy wars in this world. So, let me see. Yeah, we can't get this guy unless they fire him from the council. But there's some younger ones out there. Screw it, give me him. Open up the damn purse again. And I'll buy you a favor and get you in here. Okay, now. Yeah, you're getting replaced. Very, very soon. Just wait for the pagans to come. Those holy warrior pagans that know their stuff. There you are. 32 years old, that's a relatively good age. I never thought I can bring foreigners in here, especially people that are outside of our faith. It's like, hell, we can even bring Shia Muslims in there just to spite the Sunnis. Alright, we got what we wanted. Strong daughter. I'm just nodding my head in case if you're wondering what my reaction is exactly. But we cannot waste any more money. Because, now that we have our holy commanders of different faiths, the Norseman is in. So that's one. A holy warrior and unyielding. You'll definitely do. Even a slightly less martial skill, but I think it'll do well. Now, Navid. Huh. There's already a resident there. You know what? You get Kutal. The whole satrapy. And as for the whole of Kabulistan, where is... Oh, I know who the marshal's going to be since that one refuses to come out. Nadvid, the Persian, you will get Kabulistan. It's a trappy of it anyhow. But Balk, aka Bactria, still remains under my control, which it has its reasons. Oh yeah, the other direction, that's because the troops are inherited, so there you go. It's Gavelkind. Gavel. Alright. We're good now. I was about to say, where's the Brahmin? Or did we waste any money on getting him? Also, I'm pregnant. You know, I think 2 will do. Because, you know, 2 on my flanks of the main army when the main battle occurs. So they're taking these down slowly, but supply limit is terrible. But the plague will be leaving soon, so we'll figure out a route as we get everybody together. Once the entire army is assembled, then we will march down. And do not forget there's slow fever down there as well. Oh, just to revoke one. Besides their small army, I guess they... Ah, yes. Wait a minute. You're a member of the Sand Pit. Well, to be fair, you were never in the Warrior Lodge. So we are shield maidens without the guidance of the Warrior Lodge to tell us. So we're just a bunch of bad girls doing our own way. But I got another trick up in their sleeve if once we get everyone together here in Samarkand, there's enough room for all of us. But not for the rest of the countryside, especially through current territory. The cook had prepared a magnificent meal with lots of different various kinds. A lot of different fruits, various kinds of meat, plain and frankly based bread, and several mature cheeses. Wasn't I gluttonous, or was that the previous food? It was her. Try to satisfy hunger with bread and water. Moderation is the key. Alright, we got another talented commander here. They call him the Strong because he's brawny, and the strategist to an aspiring leader. Don't worry, we have a guy to move troops fast, but in case if he dies, then we have our replacement. Oh yes, forgot, she needs to get married. The younger sister. Even though I don't think she's talented enough to be in the front lines, because we're relying on holy warriors now. So if I were to get you maturely married just to keep our dynasty at large, so just pick any person, regardless of age. What about this cousin, huh? He's a bastard cousin. I mean, rules are rules. It's kind of insulting they made you chancellor despite the fact you are ugly, ruffled, paranoid, deceitful. As I said, it's too bad we can't get you in here. But, where are you from? That far away, huh? Yeah, they're getting more troops over there. Even the Patriarch of the East is serving the troops in the front line. Oh, look at this. Even though the Black Plague is starting to leave parts of the Empire now, he contracted the plague. He never shut the gates. No treatment. He's gonna die. And then this boy takes over. Though attractive, but he's more skilled than him. And with that kind of diplomacy, but more towards intrigue. So that means he can't be assassinated. But, second in line. But it won't matter because of these host claimants. And there's another host, but very small one. So he's already dealt with one host. But soon he's going to be dealing with me. Remember, our war score is still high because we won that battle one time. No need to advance yet. I have a reason for it. Africa ravaged by the plague, which of course you know what that's like in all the other areas when every time you see that text pops up. Again, you can read it yourself. Just hit pause on the video and read it. I'm not going to because I don't want to talk too much about the plague anymore. Let's talk about war and supply. That's the most important thing. So the retinue is to split up, and so is this army. So here's what we're gonna do. Find a secure route. That's enough for all of us. Especially in temperate weather. We can't go through here yet. It's still ongoing. So we'll go through here. Barely enough for all of us. Go to Guzgan. Zoom in here. Then what's the next path to take? Then to Merv. Oh hell. Is there anything there? Significant depopulation. But it's temperate, so. Matter of fact, we may have to double time it. Bring, who? Cornell. Yeah, he's gonna have to double time it here. On the route to down here. No. We'll try that again. Gone. This one is slightly better, but it's gonna get winter by then. Shut. But the desert here is temperate, but it has bad supplies. Or better yet, bring these troops here. But the retinue, however, they can go on their own path. I mean, they're good as far as land organization is concerned. And the plague will be gone by then, so head to over there. Oh yeah, the other 6,000 goes through here. Through here. So sit at Merv for a bit. The baby will be born by then. And if we need to resupply our troops, friendly territory here. Even though there's still a plague there, we can at least... Even if we take losses in supply, we got another trick against them. Implement that first thing in January. Now, Western Europe's getting it too, as they've already have been. So basically, sit here in Merv, and we'll figure out which way do we take. Long way's not optional. Severe depopulation. Badly supplied, but this is still better. And we'll go to Herat despite the fact that it's been looted. And then you're in friendly territory, but badly depopulated. I mean, the plague hasn't been cleared here recently. So, I guess it's going to be through this way, and we'll enter Persia through the north. Instead of through friendly territory where we could restock, but it's been badly depopulated with epidemics still ongoing. So, we've decided, you know, we're going to take a minor hit at this, if Kono can get them out of here fast. As you're here, and you will enter this zone, and then you'll be in combat with them. It's one. Oh shoot! Not only there's mountains, but do not forget severe depopulation. Best place to be is in Yezd. But keep well in mind, the way of the dog, attrition, days of supply. We need another guy like that. Well, or unless we have another commander. Way of the dog. Who's got him? And who's not a member of the council? Marshal Chancellor. That's my commander. Court physician and commander, but Sunni Muslim. But that's just curious enough. But he's got weight of the tiger too, like the old one. Not to mention a drunk. So that means, hey, if I were to ever go crossing, he could come to my feasts at any time. In other words, yeah, he's not a true, well, zealous. So if we were bringing him to court, that may stir up a little bit of trouble. But there are other alternatives. Cornell's 19, but Mahdi here, he's just as skilled. He's cruel and arbitrary. He's zealous, wrathful. I mean, obviously, he's a better fighter. Or unless we need a strategist. Or a genius. Or any damn body. I mean, there's better ones up there, but they're all council members, so I guess it's going to be you. By the way, you're a commander of Mosul. I thought it was Arabian Empire, where I'm like, hey, this is the way to call them a defection. Yeah. He's going to hate me for this once he comes to court. And that's the last bloody time. Yeah, we better hurry up with this war because it's not going to do us any favors economically. So we found our route. I just remembered something. Raise an army. 3,000 men in Samarkand. A bit of monetary maintenance. Get to your position, and we'll figure out where do we distribute them in northern Persia. Finally, a son! Darush, yeah, that's the name I had in mind. That is the exact name I had in mind. Darius, which is, you Westerners, is better known as Darius. Darius the Great. He could be great, if we predict enough. Alright. You graciously accept the gift and remember your good intentions in the future. Now, why can't we invite you to court? Must not be a loyal so. Oh, damn it, we wasted another money on that. Well, whenever he's getting sick. Is that plague infected area? Oh, he's got the plague. Which means he could die soon and then you have to serve to another master. Preferably to me. It's likely that he got the plague because he's got cramps. Cramps is one of the symptoms that leads to it. I did my study. Ladies and gentlemen. Again, I don't want to look if my son got either strong or a genius. Like my husband. We focus on war this time. Guess the Mobad probably died of the plague. We need a bit of piety around here. Don't worry, we gotta end this war swiftly. But we're kind of far away from any of those threats. What the hell are you doing up here? Stay there. Just let the infantry and the other levies go first. Alright? What the hell are you doing? And it's a good... Oh, God, I made a mistake of naming him the Ransfabot, because he lives in areas where the plague is nearby. Hey, it's going away soon. You've already impregnated her. At least you're getting your dynasty started, but I need you at work, because we need to organize the army so we can reduce the maintenance cost of the retinue, because that is eating up the coppers. Let me see. Numbers in actuality compared to retinue. I'm thinking we should be more than capable enough to take on the Arabian Empire, right? Those mercenaries hired will soon leave him. I think we'll be able to take him on without a retinue. I think we should keep that retinue back until, the Manichaean uprising, right? Yeah, that's been there. Yep, the Manichaean crescent has formed. And we don't like that. But if we win this war, we'll get 2 more holy sites, and the moral authority will go way up. And stop the raiders from looting temples. Yeah, heresy is spreading like wildfire. And soon a wildfire is coming down from the steppes to engulf Persia in a cleansing flame to kick the Arabian Empire presence out of there. That's just me being poetic, of course. Slowly but surely on that. Good, now get to work. You stay back for a bit in case if, check the... Oh. This could go off any minute. Well, from now on, you will be going to, take care of the Manichaean uprising as we are sitting in the middle of a Mazdaki uprising possible. one would think is, okay, we're in for a trap here. So now, they're taking Kerman back. There is enough supply for all of us to take them on. Way of the dragon, way of the dog, and aggressive leader. You've done a good job to getting these troops moving fast, but I think we need to get there swiftly so we can take them out. While you, fellow Norseman, member of the Wolf Warriors, what rank are you exactly? It'll show you. He's a commander, he's brave, but he's a member of Wolf Warriors, but it doesn't say what rank. This character is obviously, presumably, subconsciously massaging their old shoulders. He's got sore muscles. Yes, I know. Travel is tough. You've never been in the Persian lands before. Let's go. And they will soon arrive, and they will be heading to Mafas. I mean, this has slightly better supply, but the Mazdakis also live there too. So be aware. And the Black Death is gone, but the slow fever persists. Alright, for Parsa. It's going to be a small victory, but it'll be a substantial one. Hey, what you doing? The court physician's gone. One would think the plague got him, but no, they already left. And we can't get him because he's still Chancellor. If they find a better one. It's 26% war score. Which again, we won a big battle from early in this war, but we're not winning much in occupation because they've been retaking holdings as of late. Which, now we could start that process, but it'll be easy to take. No need to assault because we are very limited in number. You've done your job. Where is he? There you are, Nana. Glad you're still with us. We'll bring down these holdings faster. What's wrong? Not enough? Don't worry, there's enough room. Well, barely. Hold here. Despite what's going on here, I think you're better off to go over there. You know, reserves. Unless you put you southern region. What if there's a disease still ongoing? They still got their 2 wars going on. Wait a minute, what happens if the leech changes? Does that mean we'll lose our Great Conquest? Oh, we ought to get rid of him. Well, the problem is he's his own man now, but it's a small force, and he's down in Egypt. He's not here for Egypt, he's here for the Arabian Empire itself. And he's got too many wars to handle. And the Manichaean heresy is getting worse and worse. What's our moral authority versus theirs? There's 33. I guess they got a new Yamag. As in modern terms put it, it's a powder keg ready to explode. There is no nomad agitation here. I mean, whenever there's an uprising, they'll put them down. But at least it's starting to calm down in certain regions. So remember, take Kerman, Mavasa's next, Yezd. Not up there, we have to go back down to Persia proper. these areas, including Shiraz, home of Persepolis. Yeah, it should be very easy. That'll take 4 weeks to bring it down. Okay, I got it. After this, army will move to Estakia. I think we found a place for you. Go to Yazd. You need to stick together. When the battles come, we'll come and save you. So originally we were going to bring the retinue to the front, but we decided to, if the Manichaeans pop up, the retinue will deal with it. Cavalry will destroy their peasant. And you want me to bounty hunt this person? Too bad he's a member of the council. It's like, oh damn, we should have brought him here with us. No, he's a priest. Wait until the war is over, alright? And then I'll consider bounty hunting if the economy gets really, really bad and the silk income isn't going well. That's this area now. Again, the slope here won't go near it. It's starting to die off. You will take their place. Because they're starting to lose a bit of the good numbers that is needed. Should have started looking for shield maidens, but we don't know if there are that many talented shield maidens out there. It's 2 holdings. Shiraz is much worse off, but severe depopulation. So I guess places to capture in Persia areas is just rather limited, except for maybe Hormuz, which has way more holdings. Okay, I think we found our new target. Once these outlying areas there. So I guess we're not going to Persepolis in Shiraz. Maybe Esfahan. That one's got good holdings, but it suffered a significant depopulation. And their local rulers can do nothing. Especially this one guy who holds too many counties for his own good. Most of it is just willias and mosques. He's got too much. But the Bulgar Catholic is apparently heir to all of these. It was 50-something early, now it's 47. I guess he's mostly focused on that. We can do this. Just take the time. Yes, Yezd is one of the very few places in modern-day Iran today where Zoroastrians have a presence there. I mean, yes, there's a mosque of Yezd there, which there's a famous fire temple over there that's pretty well known. Chak Chak, which literally means drip drip in Persian, and there's a Zoroastrian community there. And I believe that's a home of that fire that's still burning to this day for more than 1,500 years. And I'm sure in this timeline, well, Yezd is for Kurmasa, so I guess there were Zoroastrians, but now heretics have taken over, and our local governors can't do a damn thing about it. They're not, basically trying to convert them back to Islam. No. This court imam, court chaplain, by the way, he's just looking for apostates. They're not even trying to convert people. And yet we're coming in as liberators to make the Persian people and some Bedouins that settled there for the last 200 years of this playthrough, liberating the Persians. Now, there are many legends about a great man whose blood I share. A particular story has been circulated accordingly. It focuses on an epic feat where assassin proves his strength of character. The more I hear, the more I wish to emulate him. Ah, yes, assassin, who was said to be a great warrior, hunter, and high priest. The traits say otherwise, but no. Make my own fate. I don't want to be slothful. I mean, I ain't diligent, but I don't want to be slothful. I'm not ready to be lazy. We have our own destiny. 54% war score. This is under our control. Now the real question is, where's the rest of them? Orthodox uprising. Oh yes, Anatolia. Where are the rest of them is the real question. We don't know. We assume the rest of them are just taking care of these two hosts. And we better hurry up. And assign Nana to take this area down fast. Remember, she's got Way of the Leopard. Well, as for us, it's less supplied. But none of these are any... Actually, we can go to Shiraz. Despite the significant depopulation, but the disease is gone. Not to mention, Silk Trade Post. Okay, compare defenses. Oh, this has a weaker defense. No need for Nana. Nana will stay up there. We can handle it ourselves. Now remember, when the battle comes, we'll be there. As we said before, we are coming Parsa, and we are here. No need to fight the enemy armies just yet. Portable. And we better hurry up and end this war before these vassals get really, really mad. It won't be a long trip home because this big part of Persia will be ours. No need for a march home. And I'm surprised these Manichaeans haven't sprung up in anger and we would put them down easily. Nobody hates heretics more than I do. After we take down this holding, we'll kick these guys out of here. Don't give them a chance to regroup. 61, 70. No need for books, I got enough. 73, and here comes some more. And you're coming with, well, actually, no. Alrighty. Actually, who's the other holy warrior that hasn't proved his worth yet? Or we can just get up there faster by using, oh no. Nana? I know my husband is there, but Nana, try to take these holdings down. Again, we are the last of the shield maidens. Well, me and the sisters are. You're the elder. You're the elder shield maiden. We're the last generation of shield maidens is what we should be saying. Bod. Sarmak, 79%. Keep taking it. You're doing good. Now where to? Guess maybe up to Ray. I mean, it's Sunni majority, but there's no heretics that could break out at any time. So you are in a precarious position here. you would have been better off going up there, but you'll take the supply limit hit. Or do you want to trade places? You know, you go to Esfahan while Sami goes down here. Yeah, why not? As long as we're all connected. Trade places. You've done your little piece of business down there. And you're still not married yet, and yet you've been seducing people. Have you made lovers out of anyone? Fuck, if you want to get married. After the war, okay? I got it figured out. Oh, we knew this was coming. You're a direct leader, you aren't doing anything. And you got a couple of heads. You're a headhunter. Well, try to cut off some heads up there. Bring me the head of, Bug, who's a Karduk, mannequin, and a hedonistic bad guy. He's my rival, and he's a one-legged dwarf. Oh my goodness. That was a mismatch. How's it going up there? Oh, they moved. Okay. 86. I guess we're going to be taking this without a huge major battle like that one time. I guess we made a right decision of how do we get these Arabs to lose Persia. Get them while there's civil war, which has since ended, and now there are two hosts that wants a piece of land, and the other wants the whole dang empire. But mind you, most of the countryside is still depopulated, including here. And ours isn't any better because it's going to take a long time to recover. But Samarkand has recovered because we had a hospital. So now we know how to get foreign commanders that are not of our faith if we're in need of talented ones. You got to be a rich person to do so first. Esfahan is ours. Soon Yezd, which will one day be a fire temple again. They've been taken out now. Persepolis is ours, 98%. And so is Yezd. Oh, why not? Take down a trade post. We make a bit of coin here. Just one more holding, Nana, and you got this. We'll just move into position just for safety reasons. Now where is it? Same area. Get him. What do we do? We increase moral authority for... Yeah, heretics, rebels crushed. Well, it's about to go up way more. Because get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Zoroastrianism will be back in full force. But yet, we're still without of a religious head, because there is much more work to do in peacetime affairs. But I think political concerns would precede us. Kashan? Yeah, we got him. We're able to do it before they have a change of Zikri revolt. It occurred down in Medina. Okay, Medina's got Zikri, but Mecca is still Sunni. Home of the Caliph of Sunni Islam here. which I'm sure whenever the Arabian Empire gets its act together, I fear we may be a target of a jihad, so we must stay vigilant. Unless they go for somewhere else like Sicily or something, or Greece even. And where's the plague now? Still in Europe, made its way up into Russian areas and the other Finno-Uralic peoples. Still isolated cases of the Black Death still occurring here. Locally, unfortunately. But most importantly, we got Parsa! Persia! It took us 7 years to get Zoroastrianism back home. In a way. Because I'm just being a bit poetic here. Yes. And here's what we want. We vassalize or take everything that's held by them, which that means we're going to be revoking a lot of people of these Muslims that still live here. Oh, and by the way, I got a little thing for you. There is one man, and it's a weak claim. Tell you what. Yes, I have the power to press your claim. Because I think I want to make this man the Shah of Persia. Yeah. I mean, at least he's got children, but him to be the Shah of Persia, and in the far future, for him and his generations, if any, and we'll push that claim for the Karen Shahdom, which I think they have a Muslim defense pact against us. Yes, him and the nomads. Which is bad, but just something to remind for the future. But remember, if we do that, then them and the cognates, and we'll be fighting all these people, and there is in no way, shape, or form that we can put a stop to it. Matrilineal marriages, not an option. Too high in a line succession, and political consent. Either that, or this new Persian king, once he gets his straight, he will fight that Shahdom, and I'd be willing to financially support it. You'll get your kingdom. Now, we have to lay the groundwork for peacetime. But just wait. Wait until the Karen man comes. There he is, and he brought his family and children with him. Not to mention pretty shrewd-minded, and that's my theologian. His future heir of Persia, 10 years old from now. Alright. And you're still dealing with the Manichaean menace up there. Woo boy. Unfortunately, there's still parts of it that are still under control of the Arabian Empire, because the liege is from... I'll just give it a second. There we go. Now, what holdings are still under Arabian Empire control? None, huh? But now we're under, just a bit over the vassal limit, which again, we'll start revoking them soon. Particularly the weakened ones. And I guess we ought to deal with that host now. You up. Rest of you disband. Well, that one's going to get disbanded automatically. But this can go. Does that mean we're at 100% of threat level because of the very large gain? No, 81. So that means... Great Conquest, 50 plus. It's a lot. And a good portion of that was when we vassalized the Lokistani people. Not Pakistani, that's like saying Hindustani. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, these guys. But, which one of these areas I personally control? that would say to... Okay, these parts. These parts are Persians in control. Right, let's get to work. But we still have partial control because these Muslims are still running it. But we'll get them kicked out soon. What you got there? Grand City and remember, only Sunni vassals will object because I have the right to do so. And when the work is done, create the kingdom title of Persia. Oh yeah, he's the big one. He's willing to give up everything. Alright. This will make our jobs easier. And he's of the Abyssins. Yes, everything. You too. All satrapies must be given to me. So, that's 3, yes. 3, 4. Mainly. Including this one from Kurdistan. And also I would revoke them as well. But I think the new Persian ruler will do the revoking of the little titles along the way. We just only want the big ones. Like all of them must say Turan, and then create Persia, and then give it to the Karen man. Which, by the way, what's his name again? I need to be reminded. Now it. Okay. You gotta remember names here. Well, disband our troops, while you lot, which I will be leading, will take care of the threat. Swiftly. I'm glad the Pecheneg man was with us the whole time, even during the plague. And these firearms will be dealt with sometime. Let's go. American threat over. Okay, that's one there. Now let's see. Got a man with a lot of titles. Just make some room. Make way for the Persian. For once more a Persian gets to rule Persia. All the modern panates will go to me. And those who personally hold mosques, they'll be revoked too. Because that means they still have very much a presence there and push claims that they really shouldn't. Oh, and that one's a heretic. Doesn't matter. Foxhawk? How do you say your name? Religious control mandate. Like hell you are. I know vassals are going to get mad as heck, but we have to be swift about it. Just all Mazar Panates. He owns way too many args. But then again, we don't want other holdings to be fallen to another realm. That's what we fear. Everything must go. The cities will be left alone. Because that's up to the Persian. so good. Yeah, some would say, like, if this, like, you could say in modern sense, like, one would think is, I don't know. Some would say it's controversial, but for me, it's just a, you know, just to assure, proper control without the fear of revolts, civil wars within a kingdom in our empire. That's what we're trying to prevent. And them revoking the mosques too is to make sure they don't have claimants against it, so they cannot press it against it. While meanwhile in Arabia, still dealing with host claims. Push on the resilient. Easy now. Why did he call you Count? Instead of, Do not forget about these guys. Just hang on, we'll deal with the rest of the way. Yeah, be sure to check out Vassal Inheritance warnings. Right, these raiders have been dealt with, and now we can disband. And a recovery period begins. Wait for the response. Alright, check anyone else that is out, that goes out of the realm. Therefore, they will be revoked. Oh, especially this man. Anyone else that's not from outside the realm? Well then, just last few minute clean sweeps. Don't you worry, people. Just a few more weeks. All of it must go, because your heir is a Bulgar. Because I don't trust the new Persian. Once I put him into the throne, it makes me suspect that I don't think he'll do a damn thing about it. He'll just be happy with his new home. And converting them to forced conversions to Zoroastrianism would be counterproductive. Power stopped rising from all the heck way over there. Guess you're going over there and you're going to deal with that threat. Anyways. Silkworm Farm? Oh yeah, what are the resources of Persia? They said there's a silkworm farm there and gold mines. And another gold mine. Oh damn, why do I personally run Persia? But then again, we're trying to stay true to the series in the role-playing sense for the Sogdian people. So, we'll remain Sogdian. The places I want to control will be up in the homeland. The Persians will run areas that are Persian. It rightfully belongs to them. We are simply liberators. But thanks for the money. We need that. We really need that. Oh, by the way, it's peacetime. We need to get back to the economic period. Two more to go. And it doesn't appear there's any more of the people that may leave the realm. Okay, once that's done, create two things. And I don't think we can usurp the other places just yet. Mayor Takashivandak approaches me. My liege, I have a great idea for a monument. Something to raise our cultural status and make people notice what a great ruler you are. It would require some gold and your patience, and the work would take a year to complete. You know, just for winning that Great Conquest, I should have been given a nickname. But oh well. Surprise me then. They're all gone, and not suspicion that anything could be left here. So, December 1st. Alright, how much do we personally control of Persian Empire-wise areas? Kingdom of Persia, Persian Empire? 38%. Well, to be fair, most of that percentage is... I was about to say, how the hell Gandhara become part of the Persian Empire? Anyways, yeah, we need to go grab Gandhara next time. But the threat level is gonna prevent us from ever expanding doing so. No, anyways. Ah, Kabulistan, that's why. Even though that's technically part of India, but now it's Persian. So, Dalam would have to be the next target for another Great Conquest. Which, by the way, can we declare another that kind of war again in the future? Yes, but we don't have the prestige for it. It's good to know. Because if we were to face them again, Dalam is going to be next. But we need Khorasan into our empire. Because isolation isn't fun when you're out there alone like that. And hence why we brought this man. Dutch satrapy of Kurdistan. And a Shahdam of Persia. Now, you're still here and you're in good health. 45 years old and have children. And since we run agnatic cognatic rules, you got her and their daughter. And soon, concubines. Well, first I have to give him the satrapy, and then the rest along the way. What's the area that's for this one? Jabal. I believe that's still under the control of someone else, right? Yeah, we have to usurp it first, now that he doesn't have much of way of any power over any relevant territories. Okay. Actually, for now, satrapy of Fars. Because, you know, that's where the Persia proper comes from. Parsa, an old Persian language. And now, you will be its Shah. And all these titles will be given to you, including the minor ones. But there's still many Muslims in the realm, so you probably want to revoke the rest. Which, no doubt, you can handle it, but remember, population is severely depopulated. And you've got so many of these things. But you can deal with it. Yeah. I wish you luck on your new... Well... We hate to do that if, you know... Again, if you try to declare any war on that, everybody's going to jump the gun at you. Because claiming Khorasan would be the best move. So that way, he gets it, and this joins our empire, And then the road to Persian Empire continues. So all we have to do now is begin the period of peace. And it's going to be a long peace. But glad we have a future. Of course, that means, you know, if we eventually get Khorasan into the Turan Empire, that means another damn vassal to serve. So maybe we have to lower that centralization thing a bit. Just a tad bit. But everybody's against that. But to be fair, we've been fighting for so long, and we hope peace and cooperation will return, especially in the council, which I have a very malcontent council, as you look at the opinions of me. But most of that is due to favor of Arabian. Yeah, you. I got something for you. I know where I'm going to dispose of you. You're not converting to Manichaeans. Sending you to Estonia. Let's end it right. Oh, by the way, we have a Taoist revolt that must be dealt with. Get them moving. Okay, good luck. If you manage to convert the Estonians, that'd be great. So he's revoking the rest along the way, these cities, which I decided not to revoke because that's too time consuming. Now, why'd you do that? That costs me money, you know. Okay, do something with it then. Here's the set. Why do I have a satrapy of Tigris? Where the hell did I get that? Maybe it's from the Conquered rules. Whereas I have no claim over satrapy of Tigris. Tigris. Oh, that's Tirtila. No Dejor areas. Destroy that. And I have no Dejor vessels that belong to it. So get rid of that. Who in the right mind? Oh, anyway, since I'm spending a pleasant moment, as I'm spending a pleasant moment with an attractive cook, the wretched child goes and comes upon us, probably starts chiding me about morals. Chiding me. Doesn't matter. We're in a period of peace here. Must be dealing with raiders. I'll tell you what, whenever you get strong enough and whenever you are ready to push that claim against them, because they are vulnerable, and I'd be happily to give you money, lots of them, for you to hire mercenaries and get them into our empire. But that's your problem now. You don't have the troops for it. One day you will. So for now, his capital is in Qam. I should switch my focus for something else. Okay, look, we only won one holy war, and you need to perform 3 more tasks. Convert a province to Zoroastrian. Now that's one we're doing. But alternatively, we could build more temples, like here in Khiva, or one of these 2 areas. I guess up there. It's cheaper. Yep, this is what we're dealing with here. They may be Zoroastrians now, but by the way, yeah, they've been Zoroastrian for a while, but it's only a matter of time before we turn all this back to Zoroastrian. We inherited some of the problems because of peasant unrest, as well as heretical uprisings. So let's finish this one and we'll deal with more domestic problems in in the Empire. Shah's doing his job. Good, but club-footed. Do your magic. Oh, by the way, the plague hasn't come to this area, right? Just one little quick update before we get out of here. It doesn't look like it's spreading into the steppes, but the few isolated remnants are still there. Which, of course, they're all dead over there, and only minor depopulation. Again, that religious uprising originated in one of these areas, so that means more moral authority to us. And speaking of moral authority, as you get back to Samarkand, and then, well, he's gonna kick the raiders out of there, and then soon he'll deal with the peasant revolt. I guess he's strong enough to... He's got the vassal troops now, just not the domain yet, because I was about to say recently conquered, but no, we switched. Alright. Let me leave you with this. I mean, we control all the holy sites. Still ruled by Muslims, though, but I'm sure you will revoke them in time. And he'll get there in time. As we'll go to the religion screen and let it be reminded. Although interesting, it's only in Khorasan at Nishapur, exactly, is where it's purely Zoroastrian. Now, let me leave you this episode with this, to remind you the importance of these Zoroastrian holy sites. Here in Balkh, the county contains Tagas, Sogdian. So yeah, Balkh is where Zoroaster, after converting Shah Vistas of Bactria, settled permanently in Balkh and made it the center of his religion. So, I always thought Nishapur is the heart of it. No, the real heart is in Balkh. Even though it's the majority population is Zikri, and I've yet to convert these people because we never bothered. They will in time. Unless I do it at my hand, because I personally control that county. Now, down there in Jabal Khofs is a location of Lake Hamun, which is said to be the keeper of Zoroaster's seed. In Zoroastrian eschatology, when the final renovation of the world is near, the maidens will enter the lake and then give birth to the Sociants. And now the three great fires. Up here, well, actually start from down and we'll go up. Down here in Dashtistan is the location of the great fire of Ado Farnbag, glory given, revered by the priestly estate and the first among the three great fires. In Kurdistan, location of the great fire of Ador Gushnas Stallion, revered by the warrior state, to which the kings themselves belong. And finally, in Nishapur, location of the great fire of Ador Buzan Mir, exalted Izmir, that's Mihr, revered by the farmers and the last among the three great fires. So, with the conquest and liberation of Persia, although we were able to take Kerman first, and then we took the rest along the way, the Zoroastrian Holy Sites are now under our control, but if you can, well, get rid of these, if the Persian can get rid of these two, then we'll be back up to 50% moral authority, and makes heresies less likely to spring up. But there is still much more work to do. We want a great victory of Zoroastrianism. The three great fires are lit once, will soon be lit once again if you can revoke those two. I mean, that's up to you, whenever you're ready. So, not to worry. The empire is ever expanding, the Sogdian Empire of Turan. I still got many more good years ahead, and we have a son, and we will get to know that son in the next episode. Until then, so long for now.